Carol, and I'm a nurse for 30 years. I quit in 2021. So how do you propose to rein in Big Pharma and the influence they exert over the health and well-being of Americans?
That's a good question, and we are, I would say, to use your words, laser focused on that. And probably the biggest, there are a number of dynamics that account for the capture of agencies by the industries they're supposed to regulate. This process by which the agency becomes almost like a trade association for the industry, a sock puppet, I would call it. The industry it's supposed to be regulating, and that's how CDC and NIH and FDA have functioned in the past. And one of the ways that happens, one of the really potent contributors to that is the revolving door. I think 7 out of the last 8 FDA commissioners have gone immediately to work for pharmaceutical companies. The longest reigning CDC director, Julie Gerberding, who did several $billion worth of favors for Merck, immediately became the vice president of Merck's vaccine division. And this is true throughout not just the top level of the agency, but every level of the agency. And we're going to end that so that people cannot go to work for the industry that they've been regulating.
Okay, are you against direct-to-consumer advertising of pharmas to consumer?
I think that's a huge mistake, and we're looking at ways to end that. I'll say very briefly, one of probably the most potent mechanism that pharma has is that pharma controls the panels. New drugs are approved by outside panels, not by FDA or CDC. There are panels within them that are made up of experts. Well, those experts are supposed to be independent experts, but they're not. They work for the drug companies, almost all of them. And so they have a vested interest, they have a real conflict of interest in rubber stamping new drugs, new vaccines, because they know that they have a vaccine in the pipeline that they're going to expect their cronies to rubber stamp. And so these things are just green lighted, flagged through the process with no demand for safety studies. There's never been a pre-licensing safety study for any vaccine that is a double-blind placebo against a placebo. And that's insane. You're mandating this product. It's a liability-free product. You can't sue them if they kill you or they injure you, no matter how reckless or negligent they are. And there's no safety studies at the outset. There's no surveillance system afterward. And you're mandating that product for 76 million American children. And we don't know anything about it. So the only thing they test for is efficacy. Does it stop measles? Yeah, but does it also do something else, cause you seizures or cause neurological or autoimmune disease? We don't know. Nobody can answer that question. So we're changing those panels so that they're going to be independent scientists. And we're going to make sure that every new product is adequately tested, both for efficacy and for safety.
That's so good. All right, who else?